Right. Once again, very good morning, everyone. Hope you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
See, guys. So today our discussion point is on Qradar, right? So the Qradar looks like this, guys. So I'll tell you, this is a Qradar platform. See, this is an application. How I am accessing? I'm accessing in the browser using an URL, right? So I have installed this Qradar on a virtual machine. So I have an Oracle virtual machine and I have installed this Qradar on this virtual machine. And then I'm accessing this. Hence, this virtual machine and my system are both on the same network. I can able to access this on the browser, right? So before I share the installation steps to you, I will be sharing an Qradar installation steps file, which contains like 13 steps you need to follow to install the Qradar onto your system, right? Keeping that apart, right? So moving on. So first today, I'll just show you. So this is a Qradar security intelligence platform. How your day starts will. If so, the moment you go to an organization, okay, the moment you I mean to say that going in practical, recording has started. See, so you go to the office, okay. You are the first thing that we actually do, being an analyst, is working first checking out the email. First, we will be checking the emails. So if you have an email box, Outlook or something, you will be checking all the emails. And if you have any Teams, you'll be going through the Teams and you'll be checking it, right? So here, talking about this, then the first tool that you make login to is any SIEM solution you have. If you have an SIEM solution, QRadar, you will be logging into that. Some organizations will have Splunk, some will have ArcSight, some will have Sentinel, will have Securonics, some will have Google, right? Anything. There are multiple platforms that are available, right? So first, we do start our day by logging into this SIM platform. Right. Now, here, talking about this IBM Qradar Security Intelligence Platform, this is a community edition just for training purpose, just to explore this tool. This is a freely available tool that is provided by IBM. You can install by downloading the file from IBM trusted site, and it's very easy to install. So hence username is here the default username for this IBM Security Community Edition is admin, and the password is that you have created while you are installing it. So that is also mentioned in the in the installation file. Okay. So here I have set some password. Let me log in with the password. So I'm starting my day. This is how I start my day. So I'll be logging into this platform, right? Now, once I do login, so obviously it is located on a server. It takes some time. Hence, this is a web application, right? So this is how it looks, a blue color screen. So if you see here, guys, now look at this. This has nothing. If you see here, there was no time series data, no results, no, nothing. So let me talk simple background about this once again. Let me open this Word file. Guys, hope my screen is visible, right?
Yes.
See, I've told you, we do monitor SIM solution called Security Information and Event Management Tool. So this is a platform. So how does this platform work? See, with the moment you purchase this platform, the day one, it will have nothing. It's an empty box, nothing data, no data. So how this SIM is useful? So this is only useful when we do start integrating all the devices. Either it is a network-based devices, cloud-based devices, right? Either network, cloud, or security devices. Right? So all either it is, so for an example, talking about the network or security or cloud devices. So whether it is an Azure cloud or Microsoft, sorry, it could be like Amazon Web Services, any cloud services, or any network devices like firewalls, routers, switches, or security devices like IPS, IDS, Web Application Firewall, Active Directory, antivirus, EDR. So, hence, in a network, we have plenty of devices just to form a network and for operational purpose, right? So, for that reason, we have plenty of devices. So, this SIM platform is actually capable enough to integrate all such devices. So the admin team. So now SIM will only receive the data once we do integrate all this, all these devices. So that moment it actually contains some data and hence the SIM will use its intelligence, its logic to run. So hence now the moment you uh, install this, it will have nothing. But now, for our learning purpose, we need at least some data, right? For that, what I'm doing here, IBM Qradar has given us this IBM has given us some sample logs to explore this tool, to explore the functionality of this tool. So for that, what we need to do is like, we need to go to this admin console.
Sir, yesterday also you shown one curator interface now, sir. Why it is different from that, sir?
So yesterday, I have not showed, maybe Binu has taught you, right, on that?
Yeah, Binomo, sir. Why it is
Where
different from
the
interface?
interface? Is it an IBM Curator? I'm not really sure.
Yeah, sir, curator only.
So see, that is something which is like a real-time tool that he has shown, right, for you?
Yeah, sir.
Real-time, maybe that is a real-time. So so that you cannot have in your system, right? You need to have an application where it helps you to have work on like practice. So for the
Hmm.
practice, we have this one.
In company, if we join in a company, means we will have this one or that one.
So you'll have this one only, actually, latest one. As per my
Okay.
knowledge, we have this. I'm really not sure maybe how it is different. Let me check with him, okay, before this.
Okay, sir.
Really not sure. All this one we have only shown this. Maybe a latest thing is available. But IBM Qradar Security Intelligence Community Edition is this one only for sure. Okay. See, and now we need some sample logs. Guys, why we need sample logs? Because see, now at present, I don't have any devices with me. I don't have any firewalls, routers, switches, proxy devices. I don't have anything, right? I don't have anything. So if I would like to have all those, it becomes a like cost effective, right? So I have to purchase all those devices. I have to purchase a few this application, and then I have to start integrating. So it's not worthy for us only for training purpose. Believe so. So hence they have given for us. So go to this admin tab and go to where is this one? We have something called as an extension management. So click on this extension management. So once you do click on this extensions management, you'll find something called as an IBM Security App Exchange. This is an icon. You have to click on this icon and it takes to your website. It takes to an IBM website over which you'll find you have to type in experience. So here if you have here we have something called as an experience center. Forget about this. This is not supported by this IBM Community Edition. Click on this experience center and if you see Qradar CentOS accepts a enough level presented security risks. Please read CentOS and Python 2 for an. Okay, see here. See this what they have written on for this. The Qradar Experience Center app comes with several predefined security use cases that you can run to demonstrate how Qradar can help you to detect security threats. With a single click of a button, you can watch Qradar in action as the simulation data is sent to Qradar. After watching this video tutorial that explains the use case, you can easily explore the content has something information on it. See guys, so now this we need to download it. So you can just simply click on this download. It will ask you to log in. So at that time you can create an account. Simple, it's very easy. You can easily create with an email address. Right? Once you download this, once you download this to your machine, you have to upload this into the extension management. Right? This is where right. So I already have that. Let me browse it. That one tools. See, I have this one installed, already downloaded to my machine. I do yes install. So browse. Sorry. Install immediately. Click on add button. So it is a zip file. Okay, directly download the zip file. So what happened to this? Stuck with some. So guys, hence we don't have. Only the reason we are doing actually this is we don't have the devices to demonstrate you. I don't have any physical devices located at my place. I don't have any lab. So just I'm using this an application. I'm using this given logs to explore this and to understand the functionality. Guys, one thing everyone are doing in these days, guys, if you go to most of the cybersecurity trainings, they are actually only demonstrating their real-time environment. I mean to say that they log into their office machines and they just show you this is how. But you don't get that environment in your system. You will be only listening to them and you're watching only right that during your sessions. And that is an offense. Showing unconfidential information which belongs to an organization is not a good sign, basically. Okay. And should not be doing that. Okay. And that should not be recorded as well. So it actually takes some time validating install. Maybe I think that will receive uh, error while do install because I am running short of space. But still, let me check if that actually goes. So we'll wait for 1 minute. It will be by the time it gets downloaded. So let me replace existing items. Click on installation, install. So it's again take some time. So guys, by the time, if you have any questions, please do ask me, guys. Time is over. In this meanwhile, any questions, please let me know. So I have provided access by today, guys. So whoever need an access, whoever have provided the email addresses, I've just have given an access. Maybe you might have received an email by now.
Hi Nikhil.
Hi.
Yeah, the coordinator who has provided me the link for the drive link in which total all the videos are not uploaded. There are only 10 or 11 videos. The latest ones are not there in that.
So, uh, so now you maybe help me with your email address.
Shall I post it in the group?
You can just read out.
ramreddy.rnr@gmail.com. Okay, Nikhil?
Just let me know. It's not. Just type that in the chat box. I'll just take it out. So, are you there in the WhatsApp group?
Yeah, Nikhil.
You can just post there.
Okay.
I'll just try to have a look into it. Because that, along with the 12 videos, I have created another drive where I have given access to that as well. So, for that reason. So, any further things in between to discuss? Yeah, let me check with my team and let me add this as well. Okay, no worries. I've received your message. So it usually takes some time, guys, because it is getting downloaded. So so whatever you see, something AWS, Windows, Linux, Iron ports, syslog. So these are the few sample log source that it actually contains. See, today I'll be just showing the interface of Qradar, and tomorrow I'll be talking about the architecture of Qradar, comparing Splunk as well as Microsoft Sentinel. Okay. So here in this course, the cybersecurity, especially being for a SOC analyst session, no need to go through any coding. I'll be not introducing any coding, and you'll also not face any coding kind of things in your real time. They're absolutely not use of any coding skills. But if you have, that is an added advantage. Because why it's an added advantage, I'll tell you. Guys, there are some malicious code that will be written on a file. A code as a code, right? So if you have such knowledge, you can just review the code and you can just expect the behavior of the code. Okay, this is what it is actually doing or adding to the system. So the code you may have received in an Adobe file, maybe on a Word file, any email attachment, say yes, there are multiple times we do see that. So just to review that code, if you have a coding skills, that is an added advantage. You have a weightage for that, but it's not a mandate thing. taking time. So anything meanwhile, because I don't want to disturb the page. If I do disturb it, I have to run it again. So that is the reason I'm not switching the tabs.
Yeah, Nikhil, yesterday, Binu has told that we will discuss about zero-day attack.
Maybe yes, zero day. Maybe we'll be discussing about zero day attacks. In his next session. Okay. So whatever he promises, he will deliver for sure. No worries.
In cybersecurity, we have SIEM and Qradar and Splunk. How these are different from each other?
So coming to the functionality of the multiple, see, mm, there are not only Qradar Splunk. There is a Qradar Splunk, ArcSight, Microsoft Sentinel, Google, Hunters, Securonics, Examine. So the logarithm. So there are plenty of SIM solutions that are available, which are produced by multiple vendors. Okay. Hence, the functionality, the purpose is same. So if I talk about the difference, yes, obviously you'll have the difference. If we have like multiple, like different manufacturers are there to provide the cars. So what do you say about the difference of the car? Maybe some futures, right? Maybe only that. But ultimately, ultimately, its purpose is to drive us, drive. In the same way, it is also the similar kind. The functionality is to provide the visibility of the network activities and to provide to produce the alerts based upon the alert rules that we have created. Ultimately, it is same for all. The difference is only the user interface, only about the features. If you have a knowledge on working on understanding on one solution, it's similar to all the platforms. Nothing. If you have an experience on Qradar, you can work. See, being in level one and level two as a SOC analyst, not at an administrative level, if you have an experience on one solution, it is enough. Even they know that it's very easy to work on other platforms, right? If they really wanted the people only only to recruit the people who has an experience on that particular vendor platform, and it's very hard. But they don't find the people. But for an administrator level, yes, it is okay. If they have an administrator level on Splunk, they only take that candidate. But for monitoring role, not really that. And if the people chooses in such a way, it's an bullshit. I don't go with that. So no worries. Try to understand the concept similar to all. Yeah, just done. Hopefully. Some applications. These are all the things that it is added. Okay. Right. So guys, whenever we do such things, any such kind of an activity on this Curator platform, the first thing what we have to do is like we need to go to here something called as if you click on this admin tab, we have something called as a deploy changes. Click on this deploy changes. So all the changes needs to be applied, right? So now you have integrated few of the devices. Believe that? I have just uploaded a file, a zip file, which is downloaded from an experience, IBM Experience Center, right? So how to go to that page? Click on this admin tab, click on this extension management. There you'll find the website and see here it is saying no changes to deploy, right? So once I do this, I'll just try to refresh the page. So once you refresh this page, you'll find some icon called as an experience center. See, on the right bar, you have experience center. So now this experience center is an icon that will be reflected once you install that zip file. So here you click on this threat simulator, and these are the some sample logs, because here there are no activities it is generating, so we are not generating. See, it is not simple that if you if you integrate a Qradar, or if you integrate a firewall to the Qradar or Active Directory to the Qradar, until unless if there are no activities on firewall or Active Directory, there will be no events will be sent to this Qradar. Similarly, here we have some logs, but we have to generate some events. So for that, they have provided this threat simulator where they are asking just to run it. So while you're running it, the second one doesn't work. Okay, so it shows some error. So I'm just trying to run this, and the last one also doesn't work. This last one also doesn't work. You can see it shows. So guys, the if I'm running this logs means I'm just running the logs. It is working in a recursive method. Means they have just provided some set of logs. It is recursive. The same logs are repeating for our training purpose. So now what I've told you, this IBM QRadar is will now have some logs in it. So click on admin tab again. You will have something called as an log sources. Click on this log sources. Now, if you see here, these are the, so before that it is an empty, guys. Before, see, if you click on the log sources, I could have shown you before, right? It is an empty. Now, if you see here, these are the log sources, few log sources that are being integrated, right? So these are the few log sources that we have to experience. Okay. Now these are all enabled. Now see, all are in error state. Error state means that says that these are actually not generating the log. These are all not generating the log. Really not sure why it is not generating the logs. Let me. So if you have you seen this 13 items, right? So in an organization, you'll find 700, 10,700 to 10,500. So you'll have plenty of count, guys. So because in an organization, they'll have plenty of firewalls, plenty of antivirus platforms, plenty of devices and machines, right? You'll find more, you'll have like thousands of devices you'll find here, right? So you'll have thousands of devices, but it is not throwing the logs. It has to throw the logs. Actually has to throw the logs. Let me run some commands, guys. So what I'm doing is like I'm just running. So all this will be there. All this will be there in the file, installation file. Do not worry. I'm just using a command prompt. Root at the rate 192.168.0.168. Yes. See what I'm doing is just connecting to that server. It's asking for my password. Let me run the command. Just doing a right click on enter. That's all. So let me deploy the changes again. This it's don't worry about the commands. It's very easy. Okay, only this is all one-time setup. It is not required for every time. Deploying is in progress. So I have run the command, right? Maybe it is affecting this. You know, guys, a key thing that we never do. We should not. I said this deployment never will be done during the operational times. So there will be a specific time period. Whatever the changes that were done to the tool over a period of time in a day. So all that will be reflected only. So for an example, I have worked for a client. They have just given us the time around like 9:15 to 9 to 9:15. So they will run the deployment. So whatever the rules that they have created, whatever the log sources that they have integrated. So what they do, they will put up a specific time that every day at around like 9 to 9:15, they'll click on the deployment. So during that time, we don't do anything that 15 minutes. So because if whatever the activities that we do, the data will be lost because it will be refreshed. All the data will be refreshed. So it is not that easy that click on the deployment every time. So deployment is like deploying the changes here. Deployment of tool is something which is different. This is completely setting up this solution in an environment. Implementation comes. Host 192.168.0.168. This is the host that we have and it is getting restarted. By the time, let me do something. We have something called Hack the Box. This is a website, guys. You can just go to this and if you'll have some trainings, get a demo so you can experience some stimulation kind of an activities here on the Hack the Box. Server workplace development plans baked into the fabric and objectives on your organization. Works, find a job. Right, you can just go through this by the time. Let me check. Still, it is not done. Hmm. So maybe, hopefully, by now all the logs will be reporting, and now you have seen the error state, right? But now, if I again check it, you will see it is in success state. Success state refers that this logs which is integrated is actually sending the logs, and there are no issues in terms of any parameters. So I'll just put this file Qradar file installation into the drive. You can just access the file and you can just follow the same step, guys. But see, if your system is not supporting that Qradar application, right, and it actually needs an 8 GB or 16 GB is more preferable. 8 GB is also okay, but it's very slow. Right? Do not worry about the installation, guys. Just try to understand the concepts and the session. It is easy. Don't be in a hurry that go and don't purchase or don't update your systems. I don't think that investment before. So you don't invest unnecessarily, okay, for this. Just you'll have plenty of YouTube videos. If you regularly go through those Qradar videos, you'll have an enough idea how this actually works. Okay, don't invest. I mean, I'm saying that don't invest before. So once you get an placement, once you start earning by your own, it's all up to you. You can invest at any cost. Could not retrieve or deploy changes with the requested time. Why it is showing this much time? Let me refresh this. Hmm. So this is something we actually call it as a dashboard, guys. Okay. This is something called as dashboards. Oh, these are all running. These are all running. Okay, fine. Let me go to admin tab again. Checking for undeployed changes. Let this check done. So by the time, let me open the log sources. It's still error state. Error- Checking for undeployed. Let me click on this log activity. So by the time, I'll just try to explain the other options. Okay. you know so this is the log activity, guys, where you can actually do a continuous real-time monitoring. So we have almost like 13 devices, right? Those 13 devices will be sending the events, right? So you'll find this events in this log activity. Once you click on this log activity, you'll find the events on a single console. Under the log activity only, you'll find the events that are coming from all the devices which are integrated. This is a log activity. And what is this network activity, So this network activity actually shows you the packets of information. Like it only shows you the traffic moving through routers and switches, packets of information. It's something called as in session information that you can see. So in the log activity, you'll find event, and in the network activity, you'll find the flow. I'll just explain you that anyhow, right? So next one, here if you see the dashboard is something a single view where it actually correlates and gives you in a graphical representation the changes that is happening. Offense is the one which actually generates the alerts. Offense is the one which actually generates the alerts. So we mostly will not go into the log activity. First, our prior view will be on this offenses tab. You click in the offenses and you'll just start looking after this offenses tabs for any kind of an alerts. And once you receive an alert, then for analysis, you go to the log activity, you go to the network, right? Assets is something which actually provides you the assets information. This actually can also work as an inventory to keep the data of all your assets in your organization. And reports is something where you actually generate the reports. And admin is for doing an administrative functions, right? Qradar console, see, I believe, yes, it's generating the logs. Let me check that. Let me refresh it. See, now one has went into the success state. Maybe it is taking some time. So if it is success state means it is sending the logs. What is this log? Blue code SG appliance, right? Blue code. See, if you see here, if you find in between maybe experience center. So now see, these is the one. So one more checkpoint firewall is also sending the logs. Let me check. Let me check all now. Let me refresh. See, yeah, all are in success state now. See, forget about this three, but all are in success state. Success, success, success state. Means now these devices are actually sending the logs. Where you will find these logs in the log activity. In the log activity. See, this is where you will find continuous real time. See, this is displayed. Sorry, view. It is in real time streaming mode. Okay. By default, it will be in the real time streaming mode. See, these are all activities that is happening in the network currently and it is sending the logs. Okay. Now, in this Qradar, we have some rules. With the help of rules, it actually generates some offenses. We usually call it as an alerts. So this is the where you'll find an alerts. So as of now, you don't find an alerts, but within no time, it actually will generate an alert because this experience center also have some default rules to generate an alerts. Take some time. So we will be looking after this. As of now, there are no alerts. At this point of time, SOC analyst work is easy. Nothing. No action. See, guys, you will only have an action or your work begins only if you have an alert. Until and unless you don't find any alerts, sitting an ideal. So I'll be sitting in ideal position. Once I receive an alert, yes, then I have to check the priority, the response time, resolution time, and then I have to go to log activity to understand, to do the log analysis, log correlation, and I have to use some instant management tool to put my investigation, and then I have to escalate it to further levels if it is only required, and I have to work for mitigation steps, right? The lot of things come into the picture only if you have an alert. Right? That's how it works. So we have this rule results that were coming in. See, has generated, started generating alerts. See, now if you see receiving an average 10 results per second, right? In the organization, you'll find like 500 events per second, 1,000 events per second. You will be receiving 500 events in a second. Here you only see like 6 or 8 or 13, hardly. Right, let me refresh this page. So let me get it on again. See, now you see there are some alerts get generated. See, now you have 3 alerts that are present. Here, your work begins. Your work starts. Understanding what is this alert, understanding the rule, and from there the day actually starts for a SOC analyst. Okay, guys. Hence, now you should know where the architecture of this Qradar. I've just showed you some, at some extent, the console. Now, tomorrow's session, in our next session, we do understand the architecture. What are the different components that are involved? Which device actually collecting the logs? Which device actually processing the logs? What about the functionalities of processor? There are few things that needs to be understood in our next session. So once we do understand this, then immediately we start working on this Qradar platform for offenses. And in the meanwhile, I'll try to add some of the basic concepts which are essentially required for your SOC operations. Right? So, guys, hence, this is the session for today.